It's your boy Angelo Savage, man. We back down like SmackDown. And hey, we got some very important news. Y'all heard about Putin? Yes. That boy landed in Alaska. In Alaska. Yep. U.S. territory. After all them threats Trump made, after all that, that boy pulled up. He said, "What's up? I'm trying to see what you trying to say." You know what I'm saying? Hey, I give it to him, man. We're going to play a video and see what people got to say. This is CBS, man. I usually don't, you know what I'm saying? But I got to let everybody get a little piece of my reaction. You know, any news channel, I'm here. But like I said, big boy Putin came back. You know what I'm saying? He said, "What's up, America? What y'all want to do? I heard you had the missile ships off the coast right there. Them nuclear submarines. And, hey, your boy said he wanted the brother. Then we here. What's up?" And that's how I interpret it, right? But this was just a conversation that it was meant to, you know, discuss things privately, of course, right? Let's play the video. Let's see what they say.
President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky say they will meet Monday at the White House. The news coming hours after Trump's high-profile Alaska summit with Russian leader Vladimir Putin, which ended without a deal or an agreement to end the Kremlin's three-year war on Ukraine.
Okay.
It was Putin's first time back on U.S. soil in more than a decade. He received a grand welcome, complete with a military flyover and a red carpet rollout. After their three-hour sit-down, Putin said he and Trump had reached an understanding. President Trump returned to Washington, D.C. early this morning, speaking with Zelensky and other European leaders on the flight home. Nancy Cordes begins our coverage in Anchorage, Alaska. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning, Dana. Yeah, and President Trump used that 7-hour flight back to Washington, D.C. to hit the phones. He spoke to Zelensky. He spoke to NATO leaders to brief them on what he had discussed with Putin. And in that Truth Social post this morning, he said that he is meeting with Zelensky on Monday and that if that conversation goes well, he will then set up a meeting for all three leaders. But if Putin made any concrete steps towards peace in this summit, President Trump did not reveal them, either here in Alaska or on his way home.
President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin both left Alaska Friday, hours ahead of schedule, after a 12-minute public appearance in which they did not take questions.
There were many, many points that we agreed on, most of them, I would say, a couple of big ones that we haven't quite gotten there.
President Trump didn't elaborate, leaving many to wonder whether the two leaders made any true progress towards a ceasefire in Ukraine.
I know it was
now it's really up to President Zelensky to get it done.
In an interview before heading home, Trump seemed to suggest it was now Ukraine's responsibility.
I think the meeting was a 10 in the sense that we got along great, and it's good when, you know, two big powers get along, especially when they're nuclear powers.
The two men did get along, especially at the start of the summit, when President Trump greeted Putin on the tarmac like an old friend and even invited him to ride in his armored vehicle. It was Putin's first time meeting with an American president since he invaded Ukraine 3.5 years ago. Since then, tens of thousands of Ukrainians have been killed. Even more Russian soldiers have died.
Mr. Putin, will you commit to not killing any more civilians?
All told, yesterday's sit-down lasted about 3 hours. A second scheduled meeting was canceled. As Trump flew back, the White House posted this picture of Trump pointing and glaring at a bemused Vladimir Putin, even as Trump backed.
How he going? I like me some Trump, G. Look. Out of all that shit, they know they was all buddy. He gonna point the finger at him, take a snapshot, make it black and white scale, grayscale, and post it. Say, hey, we stern on his ass. We had to get on his ass now. That's why, you know, I like this whole shabuckle. You know what I mean? Even though it's business, it can make some, because Trump know this is kind of funny. And Putin definitely know this is funny. He's like, look, he got his finger pointing like he telling me some shit.
Pointing and glaring at a bemused Vladimir Putin, even as Trump backed away from his threat to impose tougher economic sanctions if there's no deal.
Well, because of what happened today, I think I don't have to think about that. Now, I may have to think about it in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something, but we don't have to think about that right now. I think the meeting went very well.
Facts.
In his Truth Social post this morning, President Trump said everyone has agreed that the best way forward is to move directly to a peace deal without trying for a temporary ceasefire first. If that's true, that would be a major and surprising change for Zelensky and the Europeans, who have been arguing that Putin should have to prove that he is willing to stop the killing first before there's any discussion about dividing up territory that has been captured by the Russians. Michelle?
Hey, what they said, I'll say it like this. These are just two old friends that got back together, and they happy to see each other because one of them thought the other one wouldn't pull up. You know what I'm saying? And then they pulled up. They like, okay, you here. That being said, Trump had the whole military out there damn near, man. Y'all seen all the fighter jets just lined up. Honestly, I'll give you my personal opinion what I think about the little fighter jet thing he had. He had the fighter jets lined up. He got the B-2 bombers flying over the top with a couple escorts of the jets. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that was some gangster shit. That was just savagery at his peak. You know what I'm saying? Just savagery, man. Putin came through, shook his hand real nice. They had that firm handshake. You know how Trump, he pull you in. So if y'all really watching, y'all see Trump will pull you in a little bit, right? So that's what I really like about that whole concept, because dudes with smiles from the get-go. Come on. If it was strictly like on some malicious intent or on some we want violence type shit, Putin wouldn't have came there laughing, bro. Believe me, they have talked to each other multiple times before he arrived there. Multiple times. Way over dozens of times already by the time he even decided to fly over there. See, he wouldn't meet with Ukraine, Zelensky. He would barely meet with them or their people. But when Trump asked to pull up, he pulls up. Not only that, he come to the land that's been funding Ukraine war the whole time. So really, because really what it is Russia's fighting the USA in a proxy war. It's really not they're fighting Ukraine for real. They're fighting us. And Putin knows that. But look at that. We still got a good relationship with him because he's like, well, we didn't get involved, but you know what we got to do. We got to supply him with the gear to, tap that. That being said, this is an interesting meeting. People, and it's funny because I'm reading the comments and the people are still, but a peace deal wasn't made. Honestly, I don't think Trump was really looking too much for a peace deal. The first day, he was just looking for it to go good or bad. And like he said, if it's going to go bad, if it ends early. And if it doesn't end early, it's going to go good. Everybody, that's the thing I hate about people so much is that y'all expect the ending in the beginning. That being said, y'all expect that Putin's going to come to Alaska and say, oh, yeah, I want a peace deal right now. I'm going to do a ceasefire today. Trump knew that wasn't going to happen. He knew that wasn't going to happen. He knew it was just going to be a basic conversation just to say, I came over here like a man in your face in front of your military, shook your hand like a man. You see, that's what it's about. It's just a man shaking another man's hand. Talk about this in a real life situation, 3 hours. They said he was talking with them for 3 hours privately. We don't know what really happened, only what they are willing to tell us. But at the end of the day, they know that the situation was good and he's looking towards the future. And then Trump makes a statement later stating that Putin possibly can skip over the whole ceasefire and just make the end of the war deal for real. That'd be a blessing for real. Why would he mention that if they didn't discuss it? There's a possibility of that being on the table. And due to the fact that we have a good relationship with Putin, I would think that's good. So people think that Putin is really our enemy. Yes, their country might be our foe, but we can use each other for things temporarily, at least. You know what I'm saying? We can end this war and do what we need to do. We ain't have to put sanctions on him. I think Trump is just, and Putin, he's fully aware. Trump is a talker. He'll act if he has to act, but most of the time, he's talking to get the ball rolling, to get people moving. And it works. And I think Putin respects that. He respects that he has a strong fist. He's not like a puss. He's not a pushover. He's not just going to allow things to happen. He's going to force it. And based on his speech, and I should have made a longer video about what Putin said, about Donald Trump, because he led the way of the whole summit they had. He led the way. He was talking the whole time, well, the beginning at least. And what he said was I liked what he said, man. He basically explained, like, yeah, Trump, basically what he's been doing the last few months, he's really been moving shit around. And you got to respect it at the end of the day. It don't matter if you got a ceasefire the first day. Why would we expect that, bro? I don't know. If they couldn't get a ceasefire, why would you think just because Putin came over to Alaska that we're going to get a ceasefire? There's already tension that he over here, knowing that the U.S. has been funding Ukraine this whole time. I guarantee he wouldn't have came over if Trump wasn't here. No, it's a Trump thing. He knows as man-to-man respect, Trump ain't going to do nothing to him. And he can kind of trust him at the same time. He know he's stern and ain't got an iron fist. So you got to put that in aspect because these are humans too at the end of the day. These aren't just leaders of big countries that have nuclear warheads and all that stuff, nuclear weapons. These are humans as well. They understand. And I like this whole concept. This is really, it's nice to see two countries that supposed to be foes actually meet together, shake hands, smile, and laugh a little bit. You know what I mean? And talk serious business privately, smile in front of the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Leave peacefully. That's all we want. Because what y'all wanted him to come over and get hit? No. It's our duty and it's our responsibility as Americans to make sure that Putin in no way gets harmed in our country. Facts. If he would have got harmed in our country, it would have been a really big, bad part on ours. It would have been bad on America, bro. And I don't recommend it. So I'm glad he came over one day. And then when Trump goes over to Moscow, like Putin asked him to, then we got that whole situation where he's like, hey, there's mutual respect here. We're not afraid of each other. I hope we're aware of that. Let's come to a common ground and let's do some business. That's what it's about. We're not supposed to really be in war for this whole time. We really just supposed to up the numbers, keep it going. I doubt we want to fight each other. It's sometimes I think it's about principle. You know what I mean? That being said, I like this whole thing. You know what's gangster the most to me? And this is my personal opinion. When Putin got off his little, it's funny too because they got both of they 787s. They got both of they planes together. You got the Putin Russian plane and you got the United States plane because you know Trump had to come from D.C. over there. Big as hell, bro. Look at those planes, big as hell. Rolled out the red carpet for the boy, right? When he came out, this the lit part. He came out, shook his hand, walking through all the jets, lined up, and then the B-2 bombers, bro, flying over the head. I think I'm be honest, Donald did that as a flex to show them niggas, hey, we got it. Just let y'all know. These are the type of jets we sending over to Ukraine if you don't make this deal, G. And we not playing with you. I'm just trying to interpret to you in the hood fashion. Trump is like, hey, we got them guns, we got them weapons. I'm trying to let you get a preview of what we got right here. It's sitting right here and they all locked and loaded. If you don't come to an agreement neutrally, peacefully, these going over to Ukraine, bro, and they're going to use them on you, I guarantee you. Hey, facts. You think they won't? And you know Putin thought of that. He like, wait, where they got all these things lined up? They trying to show off their military, and then the whole world looking too. You got to understand, we a business. While the whole world looking, they're like, whoa. One of the two biggest leaders in the world are leaking up right now in the United States after the conflict has been going on for the last 3.5 years, 4 years, right? The whole world's like, dang, the U.S. They playing stern, but at the same time, they marketing. You know what I'm saying? Now, we can sell jets and stuff to other countries. They want to give us more money for shit that we producing. That's how it works, bro. You selling while you making other deals. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of it, you got the B-2 bombers flying over their head just to let them know, like, you see how that look? Yeah. You can't hear it, G. It's just flowing. Yeah, this what you see that? That's the one right there that dropped it on Iran. I swear, I guarantee you, Trump whispered that. You see that B-2? That's the one that I dropped for Iran. I just want to let you know. Or let you know I'm that boy. You know what I'm saying? We can sell you one if you want. You know, he probably advertising it too. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. That's just telling them like it's like power humor. It's like, just know we got this and just know we can do that. But of course, we don't know what they got. They probably got some shit like that too. Or they probably be interested, like, hey, let me get a couple of them jets. We can make a deal, throw in a couple of the jets, give me a B-2. We got a deal, G. I'll give them back another 25% of the land. We make a peace deal, you get your minerals. We know how, it's all business, bro. But on the comment section, there's people that are just hating on Trump, and they're like, well, he didn't make a deal today. He didn't make a ceasefire today. Where's those sanctions? Like, come on, bro. What y'all expect? This is the first time this man been here. They claim over a decade. What y'all expect from this man? We in war. We damn near in war with Putin. We funding the war, proxy war for the people. We damn near fighting them for real. Ukraine just losing their people instead of Americans. That being said, y'all got to understand, some deals take multiple times. You know what I'm saying? If it's an important job, do you get hired on the first interview, or they got a second interview, then a third interview, then you meet the CEO, now you in the company for real. You know what I'm saying? So important stuff like this doesn't get done within one meetup. Then you got to understand these are powerful people that don't really see each other, but they talk to each other. But to pull up, when you pull up on somebody as a man, there's respect there immediately. And we already know there ain't too much tension. It's like, man, you say you're going to come to Alaska. Just come to Alaska. I'm right here. I'll meet you there. Red carpeted out. We put the red carpet out. We get them display of jets, handshake, the motorcade. Bro, if you realize, Putin didn't stop smiling the whole time, bro. You thought that was fake? Nah, that boy was genuinely smiling. He was happy to be in America. He was like, damn, y'all living it good. He said, and not only that, people might think, oh, he not safe in the motorcade. Nigga, he is in the motorcade with Trump himself. That's the safest place he can be at in the world at the moment that he was there. When he came to Alaska, the safest spot he could be at was that motorcade with Donald Trump in it with him. Safest spot. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a little humor involved too. So it's like, we understand this is war, but this is just, it's war. It's the art of war. That's, deals are made. I'm reading the comments are like, oh, what about the Epstein's files? Like, come on, bro. Look, we know he in the files. I really don't give a damn. Well, we know that. I'm worried about other stuff because I feel like what happens is, and I don't know what type of people it is, I would assume Democratic people. They're so eminent about getting the next thing. It's like, okay, you did the ceasefire, you ended the war. What about Israel? Okay, Israel's done. What about Iran? What are they gonna do? We should do this. Okay, that's done. And this is all happening within a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, what do you want this to do? Oh, this is, the comment says right here, the art of no deal. Like, come on, bro, grow the fuck up. The art of no deal. Like, come on, dude. Let's just be a little reasonable. Release the Epstein files. It's funny. They do not care. Release the Epstein files. Where are the Epstein files? Come on, like, bro, y'all need to stop with that Epstein shit. Like, come on, we knew that Epstein shit way back in the day. That ain't not surprising us at all, is it? Y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole situation. I really like it, honestly. I think this is the beginning of a good, start, or a new start. You know what I'm saying? And then what do you say next? Next is Zelensky, Putin, and now Putin gets to literally get to see Zelensky. And I hope, and I really do hope, Zelensky don't spaz out, bro, like he be doing. I hope he don't be like, you killed my people, whoop-de-whoop. Like, bro, you understand, this is just the art of the war. This is what happens, bro. Does it not? That's just how it happens, bro. This is just what it is. Be prepared next time, better. That's just how war is. That's how I feel, how they're thinking. I could be wrong. But I just hope when Zelensky, Putin, and Trump meet together, Zelensky controls himself. Because Trump immediately went back and started acting. He immediately went back and started doing what he needed to do. And I respect that big time. Like, he didn't waste a second. And like, y'all understanding, most presidents and shit move slow motion. They don't go to this stage where they moving so quick and rapidly. Meet with Putin at 2. By 4 o'clock, I've already called Zelensky. By 5 o'clock, I've called the European Union. 8 o'clock p.m., everybody said they're going to meet me on Monday. We're going to sit here on Monday, talk about it. And then next week, or 2 weeks, we're going to meet back with all of us, Zelensky, Putin, me. We're going to try to get this all together in a designated location that we all can trust. To be a boss move, I'm going to be honest, and I'm in it. Trump, Zelensky, and Putin. in Russia. Trump, Zelensky, and Putin in Moscow, G. Yep. Prediction. Let's do it like that. Just like a boss move. Because now y'all showing them, like, this is what it is. And then it'll end just like that. Like men. It's your boy, Angelo Savage. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section about this whole situation. Are you excited of this? Or do you think that this could possibly lead to something great? Or do you think this is just a bluff and we just playing and wasting people's time? Because I think there's a possibility that there's going to be an ending to this. And I think Trump and Putin has come to a mutual agreement. And I think that eventually we will see a difference in the future. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. Don't forget to like the YouTube video for the YouTube algorithm, of course, right? And then lastly, but not least, stay up, stay woke, stay lit. It's your boy, Angelo Savage. Make sure you subscribe. Let's go. Savage.